Some finales leave you smiling, others leave you heartbroken. But The Summer I Turned Pretty Season 3 leaves you with both. As the love triangle burns hotter than ever, every choice Belly makes feels like it could change her entire future. And just when you think you know where her heart belongs, the story flips, leaving fans debating every moment. Before we dive into the finale itself, let's rewind to see how we got here. Season 3 of The Summer I Turned Pretty wasn't just about romance, it was about loss, growing up, and how love sometimes means making impossible decisions. The whole season revolved around Belly caught between two brothers, Conrad and Jeremiah. Both of them love her. Both of them bring out different sides of her. Both of them are still dealing with the grief of losing their mother. That grief isn't just in the background, it's the shadow hanging over every choice they make. The season started with Belly trying to figure out where she belongs. After all the drama of Season 2, she was determined to find clarity. But clarity is hard when your heart is split in two directions. Conrad is the first love, the boy who knows her soul, the one with quiet intensity and memories that feel too big to let go. Jeremiah is the best friend turned lover, the warm presence, the safe option, who promises her a lighter kind of love. This triangle isn't just a storyline, it's the heartbeat of the entire show. Meanwhile, the Fisher family's beach house remains the center of everything. Every summer memory seems to echo in its walls. But instead of being only a place of joy, the house becomes a reminder of what's gone. Susanna, their mom, the glue who kept everyone together. Without her, both Conrad and Jeremiah stumble in their own ways. Conrad hides his pain, burying himself in silence and distance, while Jeremiah throws himself into being cheerful, almost pretending everything is fine. Belly is caught in the middle, not just between two brothers, but between two ways of grieving. As the season moves forward, the pressure builds. Belly tries to reconnect with who she used to be, but she isn't that girl anymore. She's older, more aware of the weight of love and the pain of loss. The story keeps returning to that one question. Can you really go back to the innocence of first love, or do you have to step into something new? That question drives every conversation she has with Conrad and Jeremiah. Then, there are the smaller but powerful moments that shape the story. Belly's friendships shift, her relationship with her family deepens, and every flashback to Summer's past feels heavier. The beach isn't just a backdrop, it's almost a character itself, reminding us that summer always ends. No matter how badly you want to hold on to it, by the time we inch toward the finale, the stakes feel higher than ever. Belly knows she can't avoid making a choice forever. The audience feels it, too. Every look, every pause, every whispered confession builds to the breaking point. Season 3 wasn't about random drama. It was about tightening the threads of this love story until they felt ready to snap. That's why the finale matters so much. It's not just the end of another summer. It's the moment where everything comes crashing together. Love, loss, family, and the painful reality of growing up. Asterisk the finale of The Summer I Turned Pretty Season 3. Doesn't just tie up a summer, it ties up years of longing, heartbreak, and hope. From the very first scene, the tone feels different. There's a quiet tension in the air, like the calm before a storm. Belly walks through familiar spaces, the beach house, the boardwalk, the places that hold her happiest memories, but everything feels heavier now. The finale sets the stage with this reminder. Childhood is over, and choices can't be undone. The most powerful thread running through the finale is Belly finally making her decision. All season long, she's been pulled back and forth between Conrad and Jeremiah. Conrad represents the deep, complicated kind of love that feels destined but fragile. Jeremiah represents comfort, joy, and the promise of a future without constant heartache. In the finale, Belly faces them both. And it isn't about who's better. It's about who she is now, who she wants to be. One of the most emotional scenes comes when Belly confronts Conrad. The moment isn't flashy, it isn't loud, it's raw and almost too quiet. She asks him if he can truly let her in, if he's willing to stop hiding behind silence. Conrad, always guarded, struggles to say the words she needs. For a second, It looks like history will repeat itself, that he'll lose her not because he doesn't love her, but because he can't show it. This scene cuts deep because it mirrors their past. Fans can see the weight of every missed chance hanging between them. Then comes Jeremiah. Unlike Conrad, he doesn't hide how he feels. Jeremiah puts his love on display. He tells Belly that he wants her in his future, that he won't let fear push her away. It's passionate, it's clear, and it's everything Belly once thought she wanted. But here's the twist. When Jeremiah's words finally come, Belly doesn't rush into his arms. Instead, we see her pause. The finale makes it clear that her decision isn't about which boy says the sweetest words. It's about what kind of love she's ready for. The heartbreak of the finale is that no matter what choice Belly makes, the show leans into that pain instead of avoiding it. The camera lingers on Conrad's face after their talk, the way his expression hardens even as his eyes give him away. With Jeremiah, we see his hope flicker into doubt, realizing that love alone might not be enough. These moments prove the show isn't just about a simple love triangle, it's about how growing up means. It's realizing that love doesn't fix everything. Beyond romance, the finale also circles back to family. The Fisher brothers, who seem divided by grief and jealousy, share a quiet moment that feels like closure. They may never fully heal, but they both understand that Susanna's memory should unite them, not tear them apart. For a brief second, you feel the old warmth of the Fisher house return. Even if it's fleeting, symbolism plays a huge role in this ending. The beach, once filled with laughter and innocence, now becomes a place of reflection. Belly standing by the water isn't just a pretty shot, it's a visual metaphor. Waves crash, tides change, and nothing stays the same. Just like the ocean, her feelings are powerful but unpredictable. She finally realizes she has to choose a direction instead of drifting. The final minutes of the episode are deliberately bittersweet. We don't just see Belly's decision, we feel the cost of it. Whether fans agree with her or not, the finale makes sure we understand why she chose the way she did. It isn't about fantasy anymore. It's about stepping into adulthood, where love is messy, family is fragile. No summer lasts forever. That's why this finale hits so hard. It doesn't give us a perfect ending. It gives us a real one. Asterix trailers are never just trailers. They're carefully built puzzles designed to excite fans while hiding the real story. And the Summer I Turned Pretty Season 3 trailer is no exception. At first glance, it looks simple: beach scenes, smiling faces, soft music, but if you pause at the right moments, there are layers of meaning that completely change how you see the finale. One of the first shots that stands out is Belly walking alone along the shoreline. The camera doesn't just show her, it lingers, as if the ocean itself is a mirror for her feelings. What's unique here is the emptiness around her. No Conrad, no Jeremiah, no friends. Just Belly. This isn't an accident. It hints that, at least for a moment, the story shifts away from the love triangle and focuses on Belly's independence. The trailer seems to whisper that her choice might not be about picking a boy, but about picking herself. Another key detail comes in a split-second shot of Conrad standing on the porch of the beach house. His body language is telling, shoulders stiff, gaze fixed on the distance. Behind him, the house looks darker than usual, with shadows falling across the windows. This kind of framing isn't random. The beach house has always symbolized family and love, but here, the shadow suggests change. It's as if the safe place that once united everyone is now a reminder of what's been lost. Fans who caught this frame immediately began theorizing, does this shot foreshadow Conrad letting go, or does it mean he's still haunted by what could have been? Then there's Jeremiah. In the trailer, he's shown laughing in the middle of a group, his energy bright and inviting. But if you look closely, the editing cuts away before his smile fully settles. It's almost as if the show wants you to question whether that joy is real or just a mask. Jeremiah has always been the open book compared to Conrad's mystery, but the trailer teases cracks in that openness. Could Season 3 be setting up a darker side to Jeremiah 1, where his charm hides insecurity and fear of losing Belly forever? One of the most subtle but powerful moments comes from a flash of a wedding scene. We don't see who it's for, and the trailer cuts before giving us answers. But details matter. The flowers in the background match the same ones Susanna loved in earlier seasons. This could mean two things, either a symbolic callback to her memory, or a clue that a wedding in the finale has deeper family ties than we expect. Some fans believe this is just a dream sequence, but others think it might hint at a surprising twist where the finale is less about a breakup and more about a beginning. Even the soundtrack of the trailer holds secrets. The music starts soft, almost nostalgic, then shifts into something heavier. The rhythm doesn't build into a climax, it cuts abruptly, leaving you unsettled. That cut isn't just a stylistic choice. The ending of Season 3 may have given us answers, but it also opened the door to a storm of questions. And fans, as always, didn't waste a second coming up with theories, some realistic, some wild, and some that just might be true. What makes this section so exciting is that these theories aren't just about romance. They dig into symbolism, hidden details, and the bigger themes of growing up, grief, and change. The most popular theory, of course, revolves around Belly's choice. On the surface, the finale seems to make it clear which brother she leans toward. But some fans believe the ending was deliberately ambiguous. The idea is that Belly's decision isn't final, that Season 4 might show her realizing she chose too quickly, or that the love triangle will reset once again. Supporters of this theory point to the letter teased in the trailer. If that letter holds words Belly hasn't read yet, it could flip everything upside down in the next season. Another fascinating theory connects to Conrad's character. Throughout Season 3, he's painted as distant, closed off, and almost too late to express what's in his heart. But some fans think this isn't the full story. The theory goes that Conrad already planned to step aside for Jeremiah. It's not because he doesn't love Belly, but because he loves her too much. He's protecting her from his own emotional chaos. The bittersweet shot of him on the beach porch, surrounded by shadows, is used as evidence Conrad choosing to be the silent sacrifice. If true, that means the finale isn't a loss for Conrad, but an act of love so big, it looks like heartbreak. Then there's Jeremiah. While most fans see him as the safe choice, others are starting to question if his warmth hides something deeper. One theory suggests Jeremiah's confidence and open affection come from fear of being left behind. According to this idea, Jeremiah's love might turn possessive in future seasons, showing a side of him we haven't seen yet. The quick cut of his forced smile in the trailer is what fuels this speculation. If the writers go in this direction, Season 4 could shift the triangle dynamic completely. Putting Belly in a more complicated emotional trap, one of the most unique theories has nothing to do with romance at all. Some fans think the story is slowly shifting focus away from the love triangle and toward Belly herself. The trailer shot of her standing alone by the ocean is often cited as proof. The theory argues that the real ending isn't about who she chooses, but about Belly choosing herself, stepping into adulthood with independence. This interpretation reframes the finale as less of a conclusion and more of a beginning, where romance is just one piece of her growth. And then there are the wilder theories, the ones fans share half-jokingly, but that still spark debate. Some believe the wedding flowers shown in the trailer aren't just decoration, but a signal of a time jump, where we'll see Belly years later, possibly marrying one of the brothers. Others suggest the letter isn't from Conrad or Jeremiah at all, but from Susanna, written before her death as guidance for the future. A smaller group even predicts a fourth love interest will enter the story, reshaping the triangle into something completely new. What makes all these theories so powerful is that they reflect the audience's connection to the story. Fans aren't just watching, they're analyzing every frame, every line, and every unspoken pause. The love triangle may be the hook, but the deeper themes of grief. Asterisk when the credits roll on the summer, I Turned Pretty Season 3. The love triangle might be what everyone debates, but the real impact of the finale goes far deeper. This isn't just a story about Belly choosing between Conrad and Jeremiah. It's a story about what it means to grow up, to face loss, to step out of the summer haze into the reality of adulthood. One of the strongest emotional threads is grief. Susanna's absence lingers in every scene, reminding us that love stories are never lived in isolation. They're shaped by the people we lose and the way we carry their memory. Conrad and Jeremiah don't just fight for Belly's heart. They're also fighting their own battles with grief. The finale doesn't let us forget that, and it quietly suggests that learning to live with loss is as much a part of their journey as falling in. Love, another theme that shines, is change. Summer, by its very nature, can't last forever. That truth sits at the center of the story. Belly isn't the same girl she was in season 1, and that's the point. Change hurts. It means letting go of innocence, letting go of the idea that love is simple, and accepting that sometimes happiness looks different than you imagined. The beach, once a backdrop for carefree memories, becomes a symbol of transition. It's beautiful, but it's also a reminder that every season ends. The finale also leans into the theme of choice, and what makes it powerful is that no choice is perfect. Loving Conrad means risking heartbreak. Loving Jeremiah means stepping into something lighter, but maybe less certain. Choosing herself means breaking both their hearts. The show reminds us that growing up isn't about finding the perfect path, it's about making a choice and living with it. That's a lesson that resonates far beyond the screen. And it's why so many fans see themselves in Belly's journey. But perhaps the most unique takeaway from Season 3 is the way it blends nostalgia with reality. We all have summers in our lives, the moments that felt endless, the people who felt unforgettable, the versions of ourselves we thought would never fade. The Summer I Turned Pretty taps into that universal memory. It reminds us that those golden days don't last, but the way they shape us does. Belly, Conrad, and Jeremiah are fictional, but their struggles mirror the bittersweet truth of being human, that love is messy, time moves forward, and we can never hold on to a season forever as fans. It's tempting to focus only on who won the love triangle, but the deeper magic of the show lies in what it makes us feel. It's in the ache of nostalgia, the sting of loss, and the quiet joy of realizing that endings are just beginnings in disguise. That's why this finale leaves such a mark. It doesn't tie everything neatly, it leaves space for us to reflect on our own summers, our own first loves, and our own choices. And so, the real ending isn't Conrad, Jeremiah, or even Belly. The real ending is us, the viewers, taking those emotions, those memories, and carrying them forward. That's what makes The Summer I Turned Pretty more than just another teen drama. It's a mirror, showing us how every summer, every love, and every goodbye leaves us a little changed. Asterisk. Every story has to end somewhere, but what makes The Summer I Turned Pretty so unforgettable is that its ending doesn't belong only to the characters. It belongs to us, the audience. The finale may have given us answers, but the questions it leaves behind are where the real conversation begins. And that's where you come in. Think about it. Belly's summers may be written for her, but we all have our own versions. Maybe it was the summer you first fell in love, the one where you lost someone you thought would always be there, or the one where you realized you had to let go of the past to step into the future. That's the power of this story. It doesn't just play out on screen. It echoes in the lives of everyone watching. So here's the question I want you to carry with you. What do you think this finale really means? Was Belly's decision final, or do you think it's only the beginning of another storm between Conrad and Jeremiah? Did the letter hint at something bigger, maybe even a twist we haven't seen yet? Or do you believe the real message of the finale wasn't about who she chose at all, but about her finally choosing herself? I'd love to hear your take. Drop your theories, your predictions, and even your wildest guesses down in the comments. This community thrives on conversation, and sometimes the fan theories end up being more fascinating than the show itself. Who knows, maybe your perspective will change how others see the ending, and if you felt something while watching this breakdown, if you laughed, if you got chills, if it reminded you of your own pretty summer, then make sure you hit that like button. It's a small click, but it tells me to keep diving deeper into the stories you love. If you're new here and you don't want to miss the next breakdown, whether it's behind-the-scenes secrets, book-to-show comparisons, or more theory deep dives, then go ahead and subscribe. That way, you'll always be part of the conversation. But before we end, I want to leave you with one last thought. Summers end, but the memories don't. The Summer I Turned Pretty isn't just about Belly, Conrad, or Jeremiah. It's about the way love, loss, and growing up leave fingerprints on your life that never wash away. That's why, even after the finale fades, the story stays with us. And that's why we'll still be here, talking, debating, remembering it together. So stay tuned, because this isn't goodbye. It's just the end of one summer. The next one